Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the new Statistician YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about bar graphs. I know what most of you guys are thinking. Bar graphs are pretty basic. Pretty much everybody knows what bar graphs are. But today we're really going to focus more on what they are and then really go into sort of where they can be useful. Let's get right to it. Why bar charts? Well, it's basically, like you guys all know, it's for categorical data. Our recommendation really is to put not more than 5 categories or less in each of the bar charts, and this is basically to prevent that bar chart from getting too busy. So it's also good that a lot of people don't really use this for. It's really good for displaying numerical data that's binned in a category. Let's explain. Things like stock prices, for example. It's basically you have one stock and you have really one stock price. Stock price it's sort of like an aggregated binned data value. And so, for example, you have theyre, Dow, and whatnot, and they all have a fixed price about them. We'll look at another example later on, in a second. So, before we get into that though, let's talk about what they're good at. So they give essentially that frequency or relative frequency of a categorical variable that we talked about. They can basically, instead of just giving up the raw count, you can always express it as a percentage. For example, if you have bin data, say averages, sums, and medians, also a great way to display those bin numerical variables. So let's quickly go into the types. There's good old single one. That's pretty much standard. Everybody knows about it. There's clustered, which is a little bit fancier. You can show 2 or more numerical variables sort of together. Here's a great example of that. You have number of birds and snakes at a bunch of zoos. So you can literally cluster them together and get sort of the number of birds and snakes in a zoo. It could be literally anything. It could be averages of quarters of your income. Could be median of your household incomes in like 3 different places, whatever. And there's also stacked bar charts. Stacked bar charts are kind of a pretty unique way of looking at the data for sure. You can have 2 or more aggregate numerical variables and literally just stack them on top of each other. It also helps us see which numerical variables comprise more of each category. Great example again is keeping with little finance trends. Stocks, for example. So you have basically 2015, you have 2016 for these 4 stocks here, and you can kind of see sort of how they're spread out. So between the 2 years, you can kind of see that 2016 was a little bit better, for example, crude oil over here. So you can just kind of get an idea sort of how it works in terms of which part compromises more of each category. And so that's really it. It's super simple. Bar charts aren't really something we want to spend a whole bunch of time on. So if you really do like some of the basic ideas that we sort of went over in this video, it's really bad. I need to come up with a better way to do this. Let me see. Record. Open recorder. Come on.